Hello, welcome once again to Mental Hub. In today's episode, we are going to look at what are the signs, what are the symptoms, what are the indicators that you look out for, either for yourself, for a family member, for a colleague at work, or somebody you relate with, so that you can really be able to tell that one has a mental illness. Remember, as we said, mental illnesses are also referred to as mental disorders. And as we indicated, they all can be discussed from a point of view. What is the thought process of this person? What are you thinking? What then does it make you feel? And therefore affecting the way one behaves. So when we discuss matters mental health, we are looking at the thoughts, the feelings, and the behavior of an individual. Mental illnesses or mental disorders are on the increase, especially as documented by the World Health Organization. The experts have pointed out that more mental disorders are being diagnosed in the hospitals. Besides, what is happening in the society on a daily basis, at the family level, at the workplace, generally, globally, there is an indicator, or there are indicators that mental disorders are on the increase. You find people behaving in a way that would really be considered abnormal or deviating from what is the normal in a community or in a society, either by the way they think, the way they feel, and the way they behave. This tells us all is not well, and we need to really focus on mental health. There is no health without mental health, because a person is a complex being that needs to be okay physically, socially, psychologically, mentally, in all aspects, including the spiritual aspect of a person really, would be a pointer. Is this person okay? So one of the very important indicators is worry. One is worried for a period of time. One is fearful. You are suspicious. You find that this person or yourself, you are suspicious of the people around you. You are fearful to an extent that it makes you unable to perform what you are supposed to perform on a daily basis. The fear grips one to an extent that you either cannot go out, or you are not relating with the people well. You are afraid that if you go out, maybe there's somebody out there waiting to hurt you. You are suspicious of the people around yourself. You're suspicious of even the food you eat, or even the surface that you touch. You're suspicious of where you are going, what you are doing. Worry, anxiety, these are indicators that one needs to check on their mental status. Another indicator that we need to look out for so much is sadness. You feel sad. The emotion that is being experienced is sadness, irritability. A small thing makes one blow out in anger, temper, irritable because of what somebody has done or not done, or even yourself, you're irritated with yourself. You are sad continuously. At times you don't even know what is making you sad. You cannot pick the reason for sadness, prolonged irritability, especially if it affects the way you are relating with your people. If it affects the way you run your normal day, to an extent that there are outbursts, even for things that would really be considered minor, or you would say this didn't warrant an outburst of anger. So sadness, irritability, worry, anxiety, all these are indicators of mental illnesses. You find that one also withdraws socially. This is a person who was lively, would interact on a daily basis with the people well, but then suddenly or over a period, the person withdraws. They are not willing even to talk, even at the family level. You find the person wants to sit in their own corner on their own. Either they stay in their room quietly, they don't want to interact with the rest of the family members. Even when it is meal time, you call them to eat, they would rather take their food and go and eat it from a corner alone. Or this is somebody who was lively at home, telling stories even to the other members of the family, or even at the workplace, somebody who was very active. And then you find the person is withdrawing by and by. It's like you start wondering, what have we done to this person? These days they don't want to interact with us. These days they come and sit down in their office and keep quiet. They come and even when they are coming to the place of worship, they were very jovial, they were able to interact with people, but now they come and withdraw, maybe come and sit down, listen to the word or listen to the preaching, or even in a classroom setup, you find this child is withdrawn. A child who was playful, games time, they would go and play, they would socialize with others, they would share with others, but they get withdrawn. This is an indicator that all is not well and that someone needs to look at the mental status of this person. Dramatic changes in patterns of life, like the pattern of eating. One was eating well, but now they feel they don't feel like they have an appetite anymore. They don't want to eat, or even a dramatic increase in appetite. One wants to eat too much. They have appetite, it's like they're not getting satisfied. This is a behavior that we need to look out for. Change in sleep patterns, where one is either sleeping too much, which is abnormal, unlike this person or unlike yourself, you feel like now you want to sleep continuously. Moods also, mood swing. You find that the person's mood is unpredictable. At one point, you are joyful. Another time, the mood goes down completely. You don't understand what is happening. The mood also indicates that all is not well. As we look out for deviation, what the person has deviated from what we call the normal in the society, either by the way they think, the way they behave, or even the way they feel. These are indicators. Distress. The person is distressed. You realize somebody is unsettled. They find that they are either irritable, they are moving around, you cannot understand what is happening, you touch this, you cannot finish that, you are doing so many things at the same time, not able to accomplish even what you set out to do. Even, if you look back, you cannot tell yourself what have you done in that day or even within that period. That you touch one thing, you leave out, you touch another one, you are restless. Distress is an indicator that all is not well. When also person is oblivious of the danger that probably they are putting themselves into, either by the way they are behaving. A person is doing things that in a natural way would hurt, but they kind of are not keen to see the danger they are exposing themselves into. It's an indicator that all is not well. You see, maybe even it's crossing the road. This person knows, or in the ordinary, you say, hey, you cannot cross at that point. But this person just crosses. It's a behavior that tells you, no, all is not well. They are oblivious of the danger that they are exposing themselves, or even the other person too. It's not only about yourself, even the other person too. Dysfunction. One is not functioning normally. You would expect on a normal day, one would wake up, maybe brush their teeth, maybe take something to eat, or say good morning, or talk to the people, wake up, shower, or prepare yourself either to go to school or go to work or start your normal routine in the house. But you realize, no, this is not happening. They have no energy to do this. Their thought process is not coordinated. Their behavior is kind of weird, or you are behaving in a way that you even ask yourself, hey, what is happening? Then this is an indicator. Either something that is not culturally appropriate. In a society, every society has what is appropriate or what is acceptable. But when one is doing things out of the acceptable order of that culture, then it also indicates that all is not well. Look at someone who maybe is rude, or you would call rude, but really beyond what you would express as rudeness of a short period. They talk bluntly to everyone. They shout. They ignore orders. They ignore what we would call norm. When they are supposed to work, they are either not working. When they are supposed to shower, they are not showering. Even the way the person is dressed, they dress in a way that you would call weird, that is not culturally acceptable within the limits of the culture. These are all indicators that really one needs to check out, or somebody needs to raise an alarm. And remember, oftentimes, this person who is behaving this way, who is feeling or thinking this way, may not be able to tell that they have deviated, but the people around them would be able to see a deviation and identify it and point it out either to this person that there is something that is not normal. There is recently your thought process, you are thinking about fearful things. You are kind of worried continuously. I have observed that your eating habits have changed. I've observed that your feeding has changed. I've observed that the way you talk to others is with a lot of hunger, or I've observed that you are so withdrawn. Why do I say so? Because oftentimes this person, or the person who has a mental illness, may not be the first person to notice that actually all is not well. It's not like other sicknesses where you feel your temperature is going high and you tell yourself, hey, I need to check my temperature. Or you feel that you have a headache. Then you are saying, I need to go to buy medicine for my headache. Oftentimes, for mental illnesses, is the persons around this individual that are easier to pick this deviation, that are easier to pick the dysfunction, and therefore bring it to the attention of this person. And oftentimes, the person would not even accept what you are saying, because you see, this is something about the internal frame of mind. So they think that what they are thinking is the correct thoughts. It is you who is the second person who is seeing, who is the family member who is seeing, who is the colleague at the workplace who is seeing that all is not well. Therefore, if the person cannot accept or is not able to pick or accept what you are saying as a deviation, then you have a responsibility really to convince this person, or see a way that this person can reach a professional who can be able to help them. And this is where oftentimes we find that either the family member or the friends or the people that are closely related to this person say, okay, I already pointed it out to them, but they were angry with me, or they told me, no, leave my life alone, or they decided, how does it matter? So you see, this person's health keeps deteriorating because they themselves are not able to pick that something is wrong. And you who is able to pick, then you are not able to follow through, or you are not following it through to a point that this person can get help. Simply because either the person was rude to you, the person refused to accept what you pointed out, or you're asking yourself, how does it matter? After all, it is their life. Why is it important? It is not their life. Human beings are social beings. We are all one. We interact in an environment. So when one part of this interaction is not functioning well, then it means the system will be affected. That is the reason why it is important as the people around this person, we need to be able to identify and actually raise an alarm. Because when we raise an alarm, a diagnosis will be done early, so that if a mental disorder was setting in, it can be treated or managed before it becomes severe. When it is mild, symptoms are being seen, then we need to be able to help this person before the mental disorder becomes severe and almost becomes becomes a challenge, more challenging to this person, and therefore to the functionality of the system. Remember, human beings, or generally the ecosystem, even the animals around us need to be okay, so that the whole entire system can be okay. So we cannot really say that this person doesn't matter. They matter to themselves, they matter to the family, they matter to the society, they matter to the world. From the point of view of sustainable development, every person counts. Every individual in the society counts. So this person who is not okay mentally, who has maybe a mental disorder, or who has a mental disorder, counts in the development of this society. Therefore, it becomes our responsibility. It becomes your responsibility to point it out and use a wise way to be able to bring this person to treatment. That is caring. That is empowering this person so that they can be able to live a better life, not only for their own good, but for the good of the system that they live in. I wish to say thank you for allowing me into your space, and I know in the next episode we'll get deeper into understanding mental health. Reason being that really it is a challenge to sustainable development. It is important that we focus on the well-being of the people that we live with, the well-being of you yourself, so that then you become productive, so that then you can be able to live and relate well with yourself and with the other people around you, so then you can be able to make decisions that would influence your life on earth, your functionality, your well-being, so that the entire world is able to live at peace and prosperity. That is the essence of this space that we have created, so that we can explore and discuss these matters that are critical to the wellness of individuals, societies, and the world at large. Thank you.